Welcome to the Deep Dive. So today we're digging into a really straightforward piece of wisdom. It's titled, Act on Complaints, Don't Waste Time. Pretty direct.
Doesn't leave much room for interpretation, does it?
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And our mission really is to unpack the punch behind this advice. How could it help you improve things right now?
Yeah, and what I find interesting right off the bat is how efficiently it targets, well, a really common human tendency.
Which is?
Getting stuck on the problem itself, complaining maybe, instead of actually moving toward a solution.
Absolutely. And the core line, the real instruction here is, don't just lay there complaining. Get up out the bed and do something to make things better.
Wow, yeah. Get up out the bed. It's quite visceral, isn't it?
It is. It's a command almost.
Yeah.
Shift from being passive and, frankly, frustrated to actively trying to fix things.
And that phrase, do something, that's key.
Right. What does that mean?
Well, it implies action. Any action, maybe. Even a small one can start shifting the situation. It really puts the power in your court,
Yeah, it does. And let's look at the flip side it paints. Phrases like, just lay there complaining or stop wasting time. It's suggesting that doing nothing, just complaining, isn't harmless. It's actually costly.
Yeah, it's actively draining resources, your time, your energy, gone, with nothing really changing for the better. It's stagnation.
It frames complaining without action as like getting stuck in mud.
Exactly. And there's this implied sense that things could be better, but you're missing that chance by just focusing on what's wrong.
Okay, so let's break that down, the power aspect. This advice, it's simple, but it gives you agency, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
It's saying, look, you're not powerless here, that get up out the bed line.
Yeah.
It's a metaphor, obviously, but a strong one.
It really is. It's about taking that very first step, maybe a tiny step, to tackle whatever is bothering you.
You just have to start.
Right. It's about realizing you can influence things. Maybe not solve huge problems overnight, but you can start chipping away at them.
You can initiate the process.
Precisely. The advice is just that little nudge, perhaps, to get started.
And this links directly back to why you, listening, might be here.
Yeah.
Maybe you're frustrated about not knowing enough about something.
Okay.
Well, complaining about that gap in knowledge, it won't fill it, will it?
No, definitely.
You have to actively do something, like read a book, do some research, listen to, discussions like this one.
Exactly. Intellectual growth, personal growth. It all needs that active engagement, realizing you don't understand something. That's step one.
But not the last step.
No way. The real progress, the value, comes from the effort you put in after that realization. You got to lean in and learn.
So boiling it all down, the main takeaway here is a really strong push towards being proactive.
Taking initiative.
Yeah. Choosing action
Yeah.
consciously instead of just getting stuck complaining and letting time, just vanish.
Yes. It's a clear call to move from just seeing the problem to actually actively trying to implement a solution, even a small one.
Making that switch from feeling frustrated and passive to being an active player in making things better for yourself.
That's the core of it.
So for you listening right now, maybe think about where this applies in your life. Is there something you complain about, even just internally, without taking much action?
Yeah, where are you sort of laying there complaining, metaphorically speaking?
And what's one tiny thing, that first step out of bed, that you could maybe do today just to nudge things forward?
It's a good question to mull over, isn't it? Where could applying this very direct advice act, don't just complain, don't waste time, make the biggest difference for you, what might that first small step look like?